Hi everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a good Sunday so far. I had a really great church service today. The word was on fire. The worship was on fire, and then after church, the food was on fire as well. The food was really good as well, and then had a really nice church nap. So hopefully everyone was able to have all those really amazing things as well. So we're back with preaching course for beginners once again. But last time we did the key of G. This time we're going to do the key of C. So here's the key of C. To begin with, there are no sharps and no flats. As far as the key signature is concerned, it's just going to be all white keys. However, we will be implementing some accidentals today. So when I say accidentals, I'm referring to sharps and flats. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So we have the key of C right here. So it's really so to begin with, I'm just gonna focus on the left hand. So for right now, your left hand is going to be, you're going to implement this pattern of using your pinky, index finger, pinky and index finger a lot to begin with. So when I play my left hand for whatever key I'm in, I usually start off with that. And a lot of times I use my pinky and my index finger to start off. Also, these chords are assuming that you have a bass player present and playing with you. If you don't, then you can implement keyboard bass. I won't be getting into keyboard bass for the sake of this video. Also, these chords are also for if you're playing organ. So I first learned these on organ like a while ago. So the objective was to have either you play the foot pedals on organ, or you have a bass player present. So if you don't have any of those things, you can implement keyboard bass. So to begin with, our goal is to go from, so the key in the key of C, we'll always start on the 3. You don't have to, but it's just more advanced down the road. You can start anywhere, but still be in the key of C. So we're going to go to the 3. So the 3 of C is E. Then we're going to go to F, and then we're going to go F sharp or up, and then we're going to go to the 5. Okay, and then after the 5, you go back to the 1. So does it sound like? So these are the chords I'm going to play for you. So on the 3, so that's the idea of the chords. So we're going to start with a 3. So to begin, on your left hand, you're going to place your pinky and index finger on D and A flat. So A flat in this instance is our first accidental. And the natural key of C, we have just, again, no sharps, no flats, or anything like that. So we're going to implement our pinky and index finger on your left hand on D and A flat. Then you're gonna just accelerate that up 1/2 step. So you're gonna put your ring finger and thumb on the next chromatically. So one chromatic step up from D is E flat, which is our second accidental, by the way. So your ring fingers on E flat. Your index finger is going to be on A. It'll be more comfortable if you put your ring finger and your thumb. So from your pinky and your index finger to your ring finger and your thumb, because you're going to need your pinky and your index finger again for the next chord. So we got D. Go up chromatically just 1/2 step to E flat, ring finger and A, thumb. Okay, and then next for your third chord, which would be F sharp or up. So a lot of times when you hear the word up, a lot of times in talkback, like if your musical director is using a talkback, they won't say up a half step. Like there's just a lot of words going on because you're in the moment and it's really high praise is happening. A lot of times these chords are being implemented, but you'll hear the word up or down, and that will give you like a hint as to, oh yeah, we're going to this chord. So starting on, so we're on the 3 still. So D and A flat, pinky and index finger up a half step chromatically. So E flat and A. That's your F chord. So, and then while your ring finger and thumb are on E flat and A, put your pinky and index finger on F sharp, on C and F sharp. So pinky is on C, index finger is on F sharp. Okay, that's your up chord. And then lastly, for your 5 chord, you're going to place your, and this will take some getting used to as well. You'll be fine. So place your ring finger and thumb on B and F respectively. So ring finger is on B and thumb is on F, and that's where we get our tritones. Our left hand is doing all of our tritones. There are some, I think there's like a few tritones in your right hand too, but that's your 5 chord right there. So I'm going to play it again slowly. Back on the 3s, which is E. Ring, pinky on D, index finger on A flat. Go up half a step, ring finger on E flat, pinky on, ring finger on E flat, thumb on A. Go back to your pinky and index finger, C and F sharp. And then your ring finger and thumb back on B and F respectively. And then to resolve to the 1, you could do a few things, but I recommend doing just a normal E and B flat. So the same way you would use like just your fingers to do a normal chord of like a triad. Triad means 3. Instead of doing C, N, and G, C, E, and G, I'm sorry, you could do C, E, and B flat. In this instance, you could also do pinch A and B flat together. A and B flat together, and then your pointer finger and thumb back on G and C. So or you could do this more simpler chord of C, E, and B flat. Okay, so that'll be those are the chords for the left hand. Now in your right hand, it's going to get more fun, and there's a lot more things going on. So we're back at the 3 of C, which is E. Okay, so we're going to use our chordals like we learned in the last video. So your chordals are like your 4. Like think of like 25 equaling up to 100, 25, 50, 75. But in music though, it'll be, you know, the perfect fourths of your whatever key you're in, or whatever note you're using at that moment. So for example, for this instance, our chordals are going to begin on D. So a perfect fourth is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps up. Okay, so not including D, you're going to count 5 half steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 half steps from G, another perfect fourth, which is what we're going to be using. is going to be C. So G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for as far as the fingering is concerned, you're going to place your thumb on D, index or pointer on G, and then your pinky on C. Okay, and then for your next chord, that's your 3, by the way. So okay, and then for going a half step up to F or the 4, you're going to place your thumb on E flat, your index finger on, actually your middle finger on A, and keep your pinky on C. So we started with C. Now we're going to go up to thumb on E flat, middle finger on A, and then pinky on C. So, and then your pinky will not move at all. Okay, so here's how it should sound so far. And then a lot of times I like to add G in there, just to make it more full. So, okay, and then you can use your index finger with that as well. So, okay, and then so your thumb goes up to E flat, your index finger stays on G, your middle finger is on A, and then your pinky has not left C. Yeah, it sounds churchy now. It sounds really churchy. So then your diminished chord. I really love diminished chords. So next you'll move your index finger, your pointer finger, to F sharp to create that fully diminished 7th chord. So it should be comprised of E flat with your thumb, pointer or index finger on F sharp, middle finger on A, pinky on C. Okay. So these are up chord or diminished chord after the after F. And then so your last chord or your 5, or not the last chord, but your 5 chord, it's going to be comprised of chordals again. So your chordals are, for the 5 chord, is comprised of the 4, the flat 7, and the minor flat 3 or minor 3. So the 4, minor 7, and minor 3. Okay, so when I play this, I like to have my thumb on F, and then index finger on B flat, and then pinky on E flat. So you have F, B flat, and E flat with your pinky. And then for the resolving of the chord, play a D minor 7th chord. So what this is, I'm going to break it really down. So your D minor chord, let's just start with D minor. So D minor is, it begins on the 2 of C. So just a whole step up. So we get from C to D and then go 3 half steps up to F. Instead of major, we're going to make it minor. Okay, and then from F, you're going to go 4 half steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your 5. D minor, full triad chord, or just D minor. And then that extended 7th, that's going to be C. And whenever you end your chords, or whenever you end that highest note on your pinky should be the, especially on organ. It's like, it's really important on keys too, but definitely on organ as well. Your highest note should be whatever your one is. It doesn't matter whatever the one is, but as long as that one chord is, or that one note is being played in your pinky, that's the note we're emphasizing, is what I'm trying to say. That's the note we're emphasizing. That's the note we're highlighting. So again, so your D minor 7th chord, D is the 2 of C, so just 2 half steps up from C. This is C. I'm gonna go 2 half steps up, 1, 2. Okay, and then keep your thumb right there. To go from D to F, it's gonna be 3 half steps. From a minor dyad. Dyad means 2. D to F, to make that dyad, it's going to be 3 half steps. 3 half steps for a minor interval, 4 half steps for a major interval, but we want minor in this instance. So D, 1, 2, 3, and I like to play with my index finger right there on F. So, but we want to get from F to A. From F to A is a major dyad, which means that we need 4 half steps. So F, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like to use my first 3 fingers to play D, F, and A respectively. And then lastly, keep the pinky on C. Okay. So it should sound like this. Okay. And then to resolve the 1 chord, because it's not fully resolved yet. Okay. It's not fully resolved yet. So what we want to do though, go ahead and shift your thumb to E, your index finger to G, and then your ring finger. I like to use my ring finger on my right hand to play that B flat, because we really want to highlight this triad right here, or this tritone rather. But your pinky is still on C, which is what we want. So if it feels weird to you, you can also use your ring finger for C. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and implement all of the chords with just going straight through and no talking. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to start on the 1, like let's say that like the preacher, he's starting to warm up, or he or she starting to warm up, and they're feeling really good. So I'm going to start them on the 1. So you can use that same diminished chord for that up. So E flat, F sharp, A and C on the 1 as well. So this is our 3. I'm going to play them straight through, and I'll just demonstrate with no talking. So So that was a little rough. I like to play on, this keyboard has like lighter keys. I highly recommend, if you're trying to get better with your skills and everything, play on weighted keys. Weighted keys are going to be your best friends, because what happens is when you play on a keyboard that has light keys rather on it, it'll make you lazy. It'll make your fingers lazy, and we don't want that. We want excellence. So I know you probably heard like a few accidentals in what I just played, but yeah, yeah. That was it's all learning, and plus this keyboard is a little, like, the keys are a little smaller, but yeah. So yeah, I prefer weighted keys more on this. So, and then I think that, yeah, the keys are smaller as far as spaces are concerned, but that is the main chord progression of the of your preaching shouting chords in the key of C, from E to F, F sharp or up, to G, or 3, 4, up, 5, and back to the 1. And then that's all there is to it. But that's all there is to it as far as the beginning is concerned. However, there's more advanced, oh my goodness, there's more advanced information and chords and just embellishments that you can incorporate in these once you get the beginning all situated out. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any questions about anything, any tritones, any notes, it could be anything regarding today's lesson that you may have a question about, please drop your question below. I would love to both hear from you and to answer your question. I definitely want to make sure I help you get this and understand this as much as possible so you can be as effective as you can while not just backing up your preacher, but just going forth in excellence as a musician, as a singer, as a composer, whatever you do. I want to help you excel in that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a good time. Go back and rewind if you have any questions. Um, for future videos, I do have some more videos coming up. I'm going to be going through all 12 keys. When I go through all 12 keys, I'll try to have them in order on on my YouTube page. Um, so that way it can be just like chromatically like just going up. Thank you so much again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share for more information, for more content, for more videos in the future. Um, if I'm forgetting anything, if you're watching this on social media, thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and follow for more. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Have a great evening.